Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a man who would not take it anymore. Who would not let... Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a man who would not take it anymore. A man who stood up against the scum, the cunts, the dogs, the filth, the shit. Here is someone who stood up.
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit.
I want to kill everyone. Satan is good. Satan is our pal.
Welcome to hell.
If you stay out of my way, there'll be no problem. But if you toy with me, I'll burn you so bad you'll wish you died as a child.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
And I will rain down an ungodly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
I hate you, motherfucker. I hate you, motherfucker. I hate you, motherfucker. I hate you, motherfucker. I
Believe in Jesus. Sugar? Well, you're gonna meet him.
Do the ends justify the means? And I wrestled with that one for quite some time. And I decided that they don't. That there's no way to cause pain and suffering in an attempt to alleviate pain and suffering for another species. That's speciesism, and it's directly analogous to sexism and racism and ageism and the other kinds of social inequities that we deal with today.
Hello, fuckers and screwheads. How's it going? This is Uncle Mike Abominator. Welcome to hell. I'm back with another installment of Hellheim Radio. We're taking you back to January 11th, 2014. Over 10 years ago now at this point. Pretty crazy. That's when I was doing the Hellheim radio show on Razor Radio. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun, as I've discussed before in the prior episode of the Hellheim stuff. So, yeah, this is basically the playlist that I played that day. And just redoing the voice stuff. It was a lot of fun doing that show, but it was kind of messy. You know, we had... couple 2-3 people yapping, talking about local shows and stuff that was going on at the time. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to keep the playlist and do some more voice recordings. Doing it like a podcast, old radio show, like I've been saying. These are fun to do. The last episode that I posted last night is in YouTube hell right now. There's a couple of songs that have copyright issues, so it doesn't make any sense to me. It's funny because 2 of the songs that they have a problem with are total hardcore underground bands that it shouldn't even be a problem, but I think YouTube just flags stuff randomly sometimes. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know a little bit about the music industry, and it doesn't make sense when you have major label stuff that passes perfectly fine, and then this other stuff happens to have a copyright on it. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with it. Whatever. We're continuing. This is another episode. I'll figure that out. Right now, that fifth episode is posted up. This should be the sixth one, I believe. Trying to remember everything, because I think the Caton episode was the fourth, and then last night I posted the fifth. This is the sixth episode. So last night was the Gimme Metal number 2 playlist, and this is the Hellheim Radio number 2 playlist from January 11th, 2014, like I said. So anyways, let's get to the songs. Started it off with Unleashed, the dark one from that mighty Utter Dark demo. That's awesome. As I mentioned in the prior episode, used to write to Anders, the drummer of Unleashed. Legendary Swedish death metal maniac. If you ever read that Swedish death metal book, he's in there. And quite a maniac in his own right. Great drummer, great dude. And him and I were pen paling around quite a bit, doing some trades. I was buying a lot of Unleashed merch, obviously, because they ruled. So had to put the dark one up. The Utter Dark is one of my all-time favorite demos and very influential on what I do currently with Ruin. Obviously, you can hear it. After that, we had SARCOFAGO, the Black Vomit. That is from the Warfare Noise compilation. Had pretty legendary Conjumalo Records comp with Chacal, Mutilator, Holocausto, and SARCOFAGO. So that kicked things off for a lot of us up here in Los Angeles with the South American scene. You know, once we started hearing that, the Conjumalo bands, and then of course Sepultura, and yeah, it was just like, whoa, what the hell is this stuff? It was so fast and crazy and evil. It was just badass. So that was the Black Vomit from that compilation, legendary comp. After that, back to Sweden again with THERION, one of my all-time favorite death metal bands during their death metal era. I know a lot of people are only familiar with their weird opera stuff they do now. Chris turned into Pavarotti or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but it's got like a choir and like 5 female singers and cellos and violins, a whole orchestra and a stage show and everything. So, yeah, good for him, man. I used to write to him too. That Paroxysmal Holocaust, you know, again, trying to pronounce this stuff. You know, some of these words you don't say every day, so don't rag on me. You can't say it either. You're not a rocket scientist if you listen to this fucking show. So, that song, Paroxysmal Holocaust, was off the Beyond the Darkest Veils of Inner Wickedness. It's like, dude, really? That fucking title? You kidding me? So, I guess it's not a surprise he uses words like paroxysmal, and then a long-ass title like that in a demo, man. That, you know, was probably when I was a kid. I was looking at that going, what the fuck? It doesn't matter, though. You know, all jokes aside, the music was fucking brutal. That's one of their great songs. That demo's really raw and brutal, so I had to pick a song off of that. After that, we had the mighty Dead Conspiracy, my boys from Portland, Rites of Uluatus. Again, hopefully I'm not fucking that name up too bad. That was off of the Abomination Underground second release that they did. I think they did like the original Abomination Underground release that they did back in the early 2010s. Had 4 new songs on it, and they were killer. 1971 and a couple other jams. Killer. That's when they kind of made their comeback. I think that was 2012. Gravehill played the Gorgon Massacre Fest with them up there. And that was their first show back since the 90s, probably early 90s. And they were killer. We made friends with them and stayed in contact. And obviously, I joined the band for a little bit. You know, did a fest with them up in Portland, and also did the self-titled debut album. That was their first album they ever did, believe it or not. So I had the honor of singing on that. Love those guys, and Rites is a killer song. And the second Abomination Underground release that Rites is the first song on, I think the other side had the the amazing 87 demo on there as well. So it was kind of like an album in a sense. You know, it had 8 songs on it. It was cool. It was going around. A lot of people had it, enjoyed it. And then back to Sweden again with MERCILESS, one of the classic Swedish death thrash bands. Bestial Death, which that particular version is off the Awakening album. MERCILESS, The Awakening probably is up there with Pleasure to Kill for me. Maybe Illusion's Chemical Exposure by Sadist. So that's like the big 3, like just crazy ripping thrash albums, you know. Three of the greatest ever. You know, when I think of like real crazy thrash metal, those 3 albums definitely kick in. Anything fast and insane like that. So I had to put Bestial Death on there. And then we ended that block with the entire split, Old Lady Drivers and ASSUCK, or some nerds call them ASSUCK, because of the umlauts above the U, apparently. Used to get into arguments with people, you know. It's ASSUCK. No, it's ASSUCK. It's ASSUCK. It's like they kind of started off with like a little bit of a porn influence, their early stuff. You know, even prior to the Born Backwards stuff, they were doing some comp stuff or whatever, so they were kind of tongue-in-cheek, so it was definitely ASSUCK. I think they just put the umlauts up there in tribute to Motley Crue. But anyways, that old ASSUCK split rules. I wanted to put the whole thing on there. I was going to put one or the other and split it up, but it's just so classic. The Old Lady Driver stuff. It's got like a drum machine. That's when they started using the drum machine, I believe. It was fucking awesome. Just those guys were fucking crazy. They played here too because that they did an album. I mean, obviously the classic Old Lady Drivers LP on Earache, one of the early albums that they put out, is amazing. That's like a cult classic. All of us underground sickos love that fucking record. And then they started getting a little bit different. This split, they're still pretty ripping and crazy. And then that low flux tube or whatever, we used to joke around, low flux fucks. But it was different, but it was fucking awesome. It was very industrial, kind of Godflesh, but a little bit lighter, I guess. Godflesh has that dark, heavy stuff. But that you know, then they just went by O.L.D, O.L.D. But I think that the next one after that, Dimensions of the Slee Stack or whatever, that was crazy. So, you know, if you were into smoking weed, you know, getting stoned, maybe eating little mushrooms, dropping some little LSD here and there, maybe. Not saying that I did, not saying that I didn't, but yeah, you know, O.L.D was definitely, you know, throw a couple of those CDs on while you're tripping. Good times, good times. And ASSUCK, that's 4 of like their best fucking songs. I mean, they got nothing but bangers pretty much, but like you want to pick like 4 absolutely classic ASSUCK songs. That's what's crazy. That made that split just so powerful because O.L.D rules on there, and then it's like 4 of the all-time classic ASSUCK songs, which, you know, I think all of them appeared on other stuff later. 7 Inches, the albums, whatever. So yeah, man, incredible split. Just I had to put the whole thing on there. So we, you know, sometimes we break the rules at Welcome to Hell, all right? You know, it's mostly just 1 song a piece, but we might have another rule-breaking situation coming up in a bit too. So stay tuned on that. But yeah, ASSUCK, when they first played here, it was like 92, 93 maybe, and they did some stuff with Fear Factory. Steve was friends with Dino and Bird or something like that. I don't really know, but they got in contact somehow. And yeah, it was cool, you know. And Fear Factory and small venues, we were buddies with those guys and used to hang out at Dino's house. Was like kind of like basically ground zero for LA metal. He lived like in the heart of Hollywood. Lived there with my buddy Rochelle and some other maniacs. All lived together. Dave from Catalepsy and Nacho from Catalepsy, some of those death metal guys lived there off and on. A bunch of people lived there. And it was just a party house. So after shows in Hollywood, we'd all go to Dino's house and hang out. You got in touch with ASSUCK and brought them out. They played this real weird sports bar in Corona in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it was Riverside, somewhere out there off the 91 freeway. And it was like ASSUCK and Fear Factory. And they played to like 10 people. And fucking ASSUCK, man, with Paul on vocals. Oh my God. It was like one of the best sets, probably top 10 live sets I've ever seen, man. They were just so intense. They had the bass player, too, because originally ASSUCK they didn't have a bass player. It was just the drummer, who's like 6'8", 6'9", you know, big skinny dude that works on drag racing cars and stuff in Florida. But he was just a whirling dervish on the drums. Just the tiny drum set, but the dude was just nuts. Great drummer. And then Paul was just so intense as a frontman. And then Steve was, you know, with the riffs. But then they had the bass player. Kasiba, I think Steve. We met. He was a cool guy. We hung out with them too. Paul was the best. He was awesome. I mean, made pals with him. And I think at Extinction of God, we were tape trading with Paul initially anyways for a couple years. I'll post up one of the ASSUCK tapes that he sent. Pretty cool. It's like basically just a discography of everything. He hand drew the cover. I think when I was on with Roy Fox on the Death Metal podcast, I think I showed that tape to everybody. But I'll do a little video on that at some point. All right, well, let's get back to the tunes. Stop my yapping. So we're going to go up to Canada. We're going to fucking slay some infernal majesty. Skeletons in the closet. On the Welcome to Hell show. Hellheim Radio Flashback.
Well, still reach some barrel.
fuckers and screwheads. Ah, you're still here, are ya? All right. Well, hopefully you're digging on this playlist. It was always fun putting together songs and sharing sickness with people. Like-minded individuals. That's what the underground's all about. And dealing with copyright issues and all this weird stuff and the business aspect of underground music is ugly and it sucks, but we'll get through it. I'm going to keep doing this shit. Hopefully you will keep listening and enjoy. If not, I'm going to keep doing it anyways. So we started the block off with the mighty Infernal Majesty. Skeletons in the Closet. That None Shall Defy album blew everybody's mind when it came out back in the day. Fucking Canada, man. There is some insane bands from Canada, you know? Metal-wise. Unbelievable. Just ripping stuff all over from the West Coast to the East Coast, in the middle. All the bands were badass. And Infernal Majesty was just a good band in that group. And I'm not really familiar with what they did after that, unfortunately. But that album fucking ruled. A lot of those, like, really crazy, fast-ripping thrash bands kind of just fell by the wayside after an album or so. So, but, you know, we still have None Shall Defy. I believe they're still doing festivals here and there. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know they reunited at some point. I seem to remember. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But that fucking album's very influential in a lot of minds over the years. A lot of kids picked up some guitars, started playing drums, wanted to play some fast fucking shit because of None Shall Defy. So, yeah, I had to throw Skeletons in the Closet on there. That was followed by Raped God 666 with their killer song Terror Squad. And Saul the Goat Destroyer, rest in peace, hermano. He was a Grayville guy. He was a fan of Grayville, so we connected through that, started chatting with him on social media and whatnot. I believe it was MySpace or something like that back in the day. He was a fan of the original Grave-Hill, you know, demo in 99, 2000. And when Rhett and I got the band basically resurrected again in 2007, and into 2008, we started putting stuff out. Saul was one of the first ones that got in contact. And, you know, we were talking about going down to Mexico, playing some shows together because he had Rape God and Who Rule. You know, he's a fucking maniac. And then unfortunately passed away. So the band continues. They've had a lot of members. And then my boy Luis, met him recently when Ruin played with Cenotaph. He was playing with our friends in Unholy Lust. The metal communities, you know, it's pretty big and international these days, but the deep underground, it's still small. You know, it's still a small family. So that's cool that, you know, I was familiar with Luis through Rape God 666, and now he's with, you know, my boys in Unholy Lust, you know, doing that, playing bass for them. And, you know, Rape God 666 fucking rules. So expect a lot of their stuff in my playlist, too, moving forward. I think I played some more of this stuff on the Hellheim show, too. After that, we had Mordicus, Execrated to Live. And that was, the second demo they did, I was able to pick up back in the day. That was Grown Under Shade of Sorrow. Again, that was their second demo. Brutal stuff. They, you know, did some 7-inch or 2, another demo. They did the Dances to the Left album. I believe that's what it was called. Put out a lot of stuff. A lot of killer stuff. You know, heavy death. So, after that, we had to do some crusty stuff because I like some crusty stuff. AXEGRINDER, Master Race. That was from the Grind the Enemy demo, one of my all-time favorite demos. Horrible recording. Filthy, fucked up. Layer of dirt over that. Crusty motherfuckers, but it's heavy as shit. Badass. Total, like, heavy death punk rock shit. Master Race is a great song. Then I decided that my favorite demo of all time, I just figured, you know what, I'm going to play the whole fucking thing. So that's what you got. The Day Man Lost, Carnage, my favorite demo of all time, the best demo ever. No arguments, I don't care. You're wrong. You're wrong if you think otherwise. That Grave Anatomia demo is pretty badass, so I might let you slide if you like that one as your favorite. But that's the big two for me right there. But Carnage always seems to stay my number one. It's just, I remember somebody saying, oh, it sounds like grindcore. So? You wimp, shut up. Fucking that shit rules. All the Carnage fucking rules, really. They're a great band. And the Dark Recollections, you know, had the Sunlight sound. Kind of had a fat, heavy bass tone to it. And then that Infestation of Evil demo. They did that live 7-inch. I think it was like a Mexican bootleg. Distorted Harmony put it out live in Sweden, I believe. I think I played one of those tracks last radio show, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, Day Man Lost, all 3 songs. The whole fucking thing. The whole thing's only like 4 minutes long or something like that, maybe less. So, and we ended that block with Recipients of Death. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say certain words on YouTube. I'm already in trouble with them, so I gotta be careful. Fucking censorship sucks, but I don't want to get any strikes against me and all this bullshit with the copyright stuff, so I typed out the title of the song with a little change there to censor it, unfortunately, but whatever. The song's on there. Enjoy it. We are going to get back to the playlist of the Hellheim radio show from January 11th, 2014. And we're going to start it off with my boys from Orange County, California. Mainly based in Irvine, of all places. Carcinogen, fucking Dino, my boy, my guy. Actually, I was friends with all these guys. They're part of the Sureguard crew. I'm going to do a show about the Sureguard crew and all the bands involved in that at some point in the near future. Carcinogen was one of the main bands because Dino was one of the main dudes of the group. Quite a character. Love that motherfucker. Every time we see each other, we try to catch up. It's a hard, especially at a show. There's fucking so many people to talk to and this and that. Bands to check out, obviously. So anyways, Carcinogen fucking rules. One of the best overall death metal bands in Southern California history, as far as I'm concerned. They only had that one demo. And I think one of the songs ended up, because Dino obviously went on to Dystopia. A lot of you probably know that. If not, well, there you go. He went on to join, start Dystopia, also part of the Sureguard crew. And one of the, Scott, the guitar player at Carcinogen, passed away. Rest in peace, Scott. He was an outstanding human being. Real killer dude. They did a Carcinogen cover on one of the last Dystopia releases before they called it quits for good. And that was great, hearing that. Because I remember hearing that in practice, way back in the day. So, this Carcinogen song that I'm going to bust out for you off their Cure demo with the K. This song is called Brain Leech. And this is the Hellheim Radio Flashback Show.
Oh, God!
Alright, sickos. I'm back. And this is the Welcome to Hell show, obviously, but this is the Hellheim radio playlist from January 2014, as mentioned earlier. So, hope you're enjoying this shit. I'm enjoying the memories of going back to this, listening to these songs. It's a big reflection of, what I was listening to at the time, obviously. Some of the stuff, is old classics or whatever that I just kind of pulled out and revisited, but some of the stuff I was getting, some of the stuff released at the time, I was getting those promos or whatever, CDs, tapes, records, and during that time period, you know, so I was writing for Metal Maniacs, I was doing the radio show, so people were sending me shit. And try to incorporate some modern stuff because, you know, I'm an old school motherfucker, so I listen to a lot of older stuff from the collection. And even if it's online or whatever, I usually hunt down classics. I know some people get bored with that. I mean, it's cool discovering new music and everything, obviously, but, you know, when it comes to the underground sickness, it's kind of like you go to your old faithfuls, you know, the old reliable. Go to the classics and just start blasting those. Like I mentioned, I started that off with the mighty Carcinogen, Brain Leech. That was followed by Funebre, the Finnish Masters. Some say the band that started it all over in Finland with that heavy shit. I think they were like the first band to kind of bust out of there. Tons and tons of bands from there, obviously, that rule. That Cranial Torment demo, man, whew, that's heavy-duty shit. One of my favorites for sure. And that Brain Spoon EP, that was heavy-duty too. That Whisper in the Darkness records, I think they were from Germany or Belgium or something like that. Somewhere over there. I think it's German. They only did like 3 releases, but it was like Impetigo, Nunslaughter, and Funebre. So they should have kept it going. I remember grabbing all 3 of those. 'Cause, you know, all 3 bands fucking ruled, and they came from the era that I loved. You know, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s death metal stuff. So I had to grab that. But the Grip of Insanity song that I played, that's from the Children of Scorn album. You know, and a lot of times I'm one of those assholes. Oh, I only like the demos or the first album or whatever. But that Children of Scorn album's badass. So I dug it. Sometimes the debut albums aren't as good as the demos. It's just my preference, you know. But I don't know. Funebre could do no wrong at that point. Everything they did, that early stuff, I mean, I don't really remember if they got weird. A lot of those Finnish bands got really bizarre. Started sounding like the Doors and punk rock, like Epitaph type bands like Bad Religion or something, you know, something on the Warped Tour or whatever. I don't know. Some of them are just doing rock and roll stuff, and I don't know. A lot of bands got weird, you know, after a while from the OG death metal era, tape trading era. But what are you going to do, you know? Guess if they wanted to channel Jim Morrison and the guys from Pennywise or whatever, hey, man, you know, more power to you as long as it makes you happy, I guess. Fucking weirdos. My boys in Cardiac Arrest were after that. The Process of Self-Mutilation. Classic band, classic song. Cadaverous Presence is that album. I play a lot of shit from that album. I love all the Cardiac Arrest stuff. Those are my guys. But Cadaverous Presence is my favorite of theirs. I love that fucking album. So I had to bust out one of those songs. Devastation from Texas with Desolation. That Signs of Life record, man. Ooh, shit. I mean, Violent Termination was cool. It was a little bit more speed metal. That's their first record. I know that they had some classics on there, like Meet Your Maker. I think they still played that live later. But Signs of Life, man, it just kind of came out. It was just as ripping as like Dark Angel and, you know, some of that stuff. And it was just ripped your face off, you know, ripped off your head and shit down your neck. That's the type of thrash that I was definitely still into, you know, fast and fucking ripping and just rips your face off stuff. And, you know, like I think I mentioned before, possibly, not sure if I played Devastation, but I got a lot of Devastation definitely in the pipe for future stuff, because that Idolatry album, that third album they did, is badass too. It was a little, had some more slower stuff on it, but it still raged and had some ripping stuff too. But Signs of Life fucking rules. That's an all-time classic. And when they opened for Death, they were touring with Death because they were on Combat, and obviously Death was on Combat at the time. This is like the Leprosy tour. Devastation just fucking ripped them a new asshole. They pretty much ripped everybody a new asshole when I seen them. Seen them like 3 times. I think one of the times though they were kind of by themselves. Might have been an off show or something, like an off tour date. You know, play a smaller place, because they played the Country Club with Death and blew them off the stage. Man, it's just There's Devastation was just fucking, you know, they were firing on all cylinders that night. And then a year or two later, they came with Malevolent Creation. They played the Waters Club in San Pedro, kind of a legendary venue. I'll do some shows on some of the venues around Los Angeles and Orange County in the future. So I'll talk about the Waters Club and the history there. But yeah, it was. They blew away Malevolent Creation too. Malevolent Creation was good and everything, but Devastation, that was the Idolatry tour, and they were a lot of Signs of Life songs, and they were just ripping everybody's faces off, handed everybody their ass that night, and they fucking ruled live. So that was Desolation, and then Bestial Mockery. That Slaying the Life album I did get around the time that I was doing the radio shows and writing for Metal Maniacs, and that was Deathsong off of that album. I know, like, Christ Crushing Hammersaw and the 7-inch, and they got some other classics in their discography, and I love all that shit. They're definitely one of the most killer bands of that fast black thrash type stuff. It's like old Cryptic Slaughter mixed with black metal to me, you know? And it's fucking killer. All those Swedish bands definitely admit, you know, whether it's Bestial Mockery, Niflheim, they're influenced by the South American stuff, the Conjumalo stuff, and whatnot. It's killer, and it carries on that torch of that style, just that ripping black thrash stuff. But Deathsong rules. I had to throw it on there. And that block was ended with Detente, Losers. That record, Recognize No Authority, is a Los Angeles classic. You know, there's, as far as, that was a Metal Blade album too, so it was like Metal Blade was just untouchable at that point in the mid-'80s with that speed metal and thrash stuff. So it's like Detente, Recognize No Authority, Hyrax, Raging Violence, Dark Angel, you know, they had We Had Arrived, and of course Darkness Descends, you know, Slayer, Show No Mercy, you know, Hell Awaits, Haunting the Chapel, obviously, you know, at that mid-era. Trying to think, of course, Cryptic Slaughter with Convicted. You know, there's just certain LA albums that are completely essential, and to me, you know, Detente, Recognize No Authority is one of them. Agent Steel, Skeptics, that's another one. And it's just, and I'm probably missing some, but that's off the top of my head. Just those are just essentials, and yeah, Recognize No Authority is up there. It's a absolute fucking banger, total classic. I had to throw Losers on there. Mix it up a bit. You know I'm a death metal guy, but love me some old speed metal and crossover, grindcore, crusty shit. So this playlist has a little bit of different type of stuff, and there's some songs coming up that you know, might be considered other styles or whatever, but I covered it all, and I will moving forward. But especially with the Hellheim stuff, I mixed it up a little bit because, you know, we do have different types of metalheads here, and some maniacs like everything, so that's cool. And wanted to get all these different types of motherfuckers to enjoy the playlist. So, but that being said, we're gonna get back into some heavy death. These are my boys, Mordbrand, and this is The Fall of Flesh.
Christ, with the earth, trying to water and save the new powers, the version, dark human race. They try, penetrate into the faith. First of the nation, they want throughout the world, transform Armageddon for the ruins of the south. Beware the Antichrist will be here to exterminate the reality each year. But you know the Son of Man is near. Don't be afraid, Jesus Christ will be here. The end is near. Let's all beware the prophecy.
All right, you sickos. You still alive? Ah, well, trying to kill you. But thanks for staying alive and tuning in still if you made it this far. You're a true sick fuck. Okay, we started that block off with Mordbrand. Those are my boys from Sweden, Bjorn and Per. The Fall of Flesh. Off the Necropsychotic EP. Love that shit. Got that around this time in 2014, and it fucking ruled. Great band. Rest in peace to Mordbrand. They're no longer around. You know, Per and got God Macabre back up again, and Bjorn's playing bass, I believe. Guitar, bass, one of the two. Did Maryland Death Fest. I don't know if they're going to do some active stuff, like newer stuff, I mean. But that would be badass if God Macabre did another album or something. We'll see. But I loved Mordbrand and had to put them on the list. After that, we had Puss with Die from that Puss album. Brazilian sickos kind of came out of nowhere at that point. I got that, remember Maggot Records? I was actually in contact with that dude. He was in France. Puss was from Brazil. They're part of that lineage of those classic Brazilian bands. It came a little bit after, in the late 80s, early 90s. But that Puss album rules. But yeah, Maggot Records out of France. I think the dude did a fanzine, Decaying Maggots, magazine, something like that. Got in contact with him at that point. But yeah, Maggot Records, I mean, another label that just kind of came and went super quick. They did the Puss album. They did Expulsor, who's badass too. They did a split for them. I forget what the other band is. And they did a Sex Trash release too. So classic shit. And Puss rules. So I don't know if some of you maniacs out there have ever heard that band before. But yeah, I wanted to throw them in the mix at the time to change it up a bit. And if you haven't checked them out, hunt them down. You know what to do. Go to all your favorite websites and streaming services, see if you can find them. After that, we had the mighty Gehenna. It's the Swedish one. Bang Your Heads for Satan. Man, that band fucking ruled. Back when they were around, if you weren't doing coke off of a Gehenna CD case and drinking beers all night, well, I wasn't hanging out with you. But yeah, they ruled fucking pretty much the soundtrack of every fucking raging fucking metal party. And they fucking had a lot. They had a good run. They had a good run of shit. And they're always a good time there. Badass motherfuckers. And yeah, bang Your Heads for Satan. That's one of my favorite classics from them. After that, we had Incubus, Battle of Armageddon. I thought that, Serpent Temptation, obviously, is an all-time legendary album. Kind of blew everybody's mind when it came out. What the fuck? I know their demo was insane, too, and the Serpent Temptation album, kind of another one that kind of just came out of nowhere. There wasn't a lot of bands like that in that region. Louisiana later became known for sludge and doom and stuff like that. Some of that stuff is good stuff too, but not super crazy death thrash, So they, at that time, just kind of came out of nowhere. And Battle of Armageddon came out. It's a little underrated. It was on Nuclear Blast. And death metal was in full force at that point. So Incubus kind of got lost in the shuffle because they were, still kind of death thrash, kind of straddled that line between thrash and death metal. So I think a lot of people just forgot about some of that stuff, unfortunately, at the time. And me being a fan, I was all about that Beyond the Unknown album. I thought it was killer. It was a great follow-up. It's hard to follow up a classic, Serpent Temptation is just an all-timer, so I thought they did a pretty good job. Beyond the Unknown is not as good as Serpent Temptation. That's not what I'm saying, but it's fucking awesome in its own way, in its own right. So, hell yeah, Incubus. Expect a lot of Incubus on my shows here. After that, we had Niflheim, Satanic Sacrifice, that self-titled Niflheim album. I got a copy of the demo and an advance of the album from my buddy Justin. He used to work at Necropolis. I think he co-founded it. I didn't know the other guy too well. Didn't think much of him when I met him, to be honest with you. But I don't remember the dude's name. But the Count or something. Anyways, Justin, I was tight with him, and we used to tape trade, and he'd just give me stuff because he was just a great dude. So if you're out there, Justin, I don't know if you're still alive or still around. I don't know what's going on, man. Miss you, brother. Appreciate getting me a lot of the black metal and black thrash stuff back in the day. But that Niflheim album, fucking legendary shit. Classicer. What a band. And then after that, I got this The End Upon Us CD back in 2013 or so, 2014, from this band Infernal Curse from Argentina. That song was called Waters of Phlegethon. And that fucking EP, it didn't leave. I had it in my car. Yeah, I got an old car with a CD player, so whatever. Assholes. So yeah, I still have the car too. And I still listen to that goddamn Infernal Curse CD. So that fucking CD didn't leave my player for a couple months, to be honest with you. I just kept playing it. It was fucking brutal. These motherfuckers wear robes on stage, all creepy and shit. Big old inverted crosses. Fuck, you don't know who the fuck they are. Find out my boy Gustavo, who also plays in Blood Fiend and some other bands. He plays drums for them. So I was like, oh shit, cool, man. So yeah, I love Infernal Curse. As far as like the later era war metal, crazy barbaric black metal stuff, they're definitely one of the better bands out there, one of my favorites. So that was that block. We're going to be nearing the end of our time together. And, I'll play the last few songs, and then I'll yap a bit at the end, and I'll let you guys get back to your fucking whatever you had going on, you guys and gals. So let's start this last block off. Going back to Sweden again, of course, because there's a lot of brutal shit over there. This is Epitaph. Pray to Dismay.
As Lies cost a disaster. Comedy fame is all they're after.
right, fuckers. I got good news and I got bad news. What do you want first? Let's see. Well, the bad news is this show is coming to an end. And the good news is this show's coming to an end. All jokes aside, I enjoy doing this shit for you sick fucks. I hope you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoy doing it. I really do appreciate you maniacs out there listening, watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. So far, so good. I actually had a interview that I was supposed to do this weekend with some old friends. They got some things going on, and then they're going to be touring and doing some other gigs and whatnot that they got to prepare for. So we postponed it till July, and I'm sure everybody worldwide is going to be interested in this interview. It's going to be pretty fucking awesome. It's actually a band that I've interviewed in the past. So if you know anything about my history, I've done a lot of interviews, believe it or not. I'm not as dumb as I look or sound. But yeah, so that'll give you a hint. I don't want to say who it is because I want to surprise everybody, kind of like I did with the Caton thing. Boom! Just drop that shit. There you go. So anyways, that last block started off with Epitaph, Pray to Dismay. I fucking love that band. Love their demos, love that Seeming Salvation album. They got the fucking split. I forget who it was with. Sure there's a 7-inch or something out there. Hard to remember all this shit, But Epitaph fucking rules. Part of the lineage of the Swedish death metal. After that, I forgot how fucking long that Poison song was. Epic Slaves of the Crucifix off the Into the Abyss demo. I was quite surprised when I went to the record store and saw, Look What the Cat Dragged In. I was like, wow, Poison really fucking changed their style. They look like chicks now. Interesting. Just kidding. This is the German Poison. I don't know what they were doing with the beer over there in the 80s in Germany. So many fucking killer bands, fast and heavy and fucking sickening. Fucking bull haircuts and bullet belts and leather. Fucking awesome. Upside down crosses. Masturbating to kill themselves. All that shit. Slaves of the Crucifix. Fucking classic German death thrash. Poison was very ahead of their time, too. They might have been faster than anybody. And that's saying a lot. German thrash, man. Whew. So, Poison definitely carried that torch very well. That Into the Abyss demo. Whew. Brutal, man. One of my all-time favorites for sure. So it's always cool to throw some Poison Germany in the mix. After that, we had one of Las Vegas's finest bands, Pap Smear, Reign of Terror. That Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas demo, man, that's some classic shit. Vegas had some cool stuff going on. There was a band called Pestilence that used to come to L.A. periodically. And we'd, go to Vegas for shows and whatnot, and Pestilence would open. I think they opened for Death and Devastation, maybe? I don't know. Sometimes we'd go travel. Vegas was always a destination. Some of the big tours didn't go to Vegas all the time, but sometimes they did. So, but that Pestilence band became the Horde of Torment. I'm actually, I found that demo the other day. I want to do a little special on some West Side, some LA, Orange County, California thrash bands, and maybe throw Horde of Torment in there. They're from Vegas, but we embraced them, and we check them out or whatnot, and they were killer. But of course, Righteous Pigs is from Vegas. And they're the gods. Hope you die in hotel fire. At one point, for some reason, I thought Joe, the singer of Righteous Pigs, was in Pap Smear, but I was wrong on that. I actually did do some fact checking on that last week, and for some reason I thought he was in Pap Smear, but no, Pap Smear was fucking great in their own right. Vegas had some cool shit going on there. I'm sure there's some other local bands that were pretty cool, but didn't get a chance to check them out. After that, we had the French Maniacs and Massacre, Eternal Hate. off of their legendary album, Final Holocaust. That one, and Enjoy the Violence, and I think they did some stuff after that, but I'm not too familiar with it. Those first two records and the demos. Whew. That demo called Near from Death? Maybe that was an album. I don't know. Remember, their demos were always well made. The French were really, pretty fancy. They were doing color covers and shit. They had some money over there, some printing presses. Maybe it was cheaper to print shit. Here locally, we just fucking made paper. Some of the fucking demos, we didn't even have covers. Just threw them around. Some cheap-ass TDK tapes and just wrote on the J card, whatever. Draw our own logos and shit. That's what we did with the old Ruin. Before we actually made some covers, we were just lazy and fucking loaded half the times. Anyways, yeah, Massacre ruled, and then we ended with the Say Dudes, the legendary Sadist with Sadist Attack off of the Death to Posers demo, one of the greatest fucking demos ever. Sadist fucking ruled. They were one of the most intense bands I had ever heard. I remember at the EOG compound, we ended up getting an old VHS tape from Chris Reifert. Had a bunch of Autopsy on there, but it had some Sadist on there too, and it was just like it was almost like a documentary. Sadist was just hanging out, smoking joints, playing extremely fast music, which was funny because they were stoners, but they weren't playing any Grateful Dead shit. That's for sure. They're playing the fastest fucking thrash I'd ever fucking heard, And Chris was always joking, yeah, man, Sadist is cool. They think we're really slow, though, as far as Autopsy goes. I'd crack up like, everybody's fucking slow compared to Sadist when they hit those hyper speeds. What a band, Sadist, Death to Posers. Of course, that Illusions Chemical Exposure album, that Swallowed in Black album, but that debut, man, Illusions, whoo-hoo, holy fucking shit. But yeah, their demos are legendary, especially that Death to Posers. That's something else. So, again, this was the Hellheim radio show from January, 11th? January 11th, 2014. Yeah, January 11th, I was right. 2014, going back over 10 years ago. 10 and a half years ago now at this point. This was the playlist that I played on the radio. So, like I had said on the prior Hellheim broadcast, not a lot of people were doing shit like this on the radio. So it was fun back then. It's fun as fuck now. So again, I appreciate all you sick maniacs out there for the support so far. I wanted to do a bonus episode radio show today because of that prior mentioned postponement interview that I was going to do today. So I figured, fuck it, I got to put some content up, get it out to you guys. So, all right. Well, again, we'll talk to you soon. Be another playlist, another radio show, and had to rearrange the interview schedule, so I'm setting that up now. So expect another interview in like a week or so. And then there'll be some more playlists too, as long as fucking YouTube doesn't fucking, fuck with me. We'll see. I don't know about this one. You never know. There's some bands on here that did put out some bigger stuff, I guess. And you never know who owns the rights to anything anymore. Like I said, a lot of times I think YouTube's full of shit too. I think their algorithms are just sensing stuff that probably doesn't even have a copyright on it, but for some reason they're flagging it. It's just ridiculous, but hey, we're going to keep trying. Whatever. Fix the playlist, get it up there. We'll appease the assholes, the snitches, and we'll get some great fucking music out to you that you might not have ever heard. All right. This was the Hellheim radio broadcast from 2014. I am Mike Abominator. This is the Welcome to Hell show and Welcome to Hell channel. I'm signing off. Have a good one and a better one tomorrow.